Hello, this is part two. This is, of course, it's my opinion. It's not an advice. That's been said. Let's move forward. I encourage who didn't watch part one to watch it. Here's a summary of the key points that in the.
We have now two parties here. One is telling you that the market will crash, and the other is telling you that the market is going high to the roof. Somebody like doesn't know anything about the stock market, and he can look here and he sees, okay, there's something here is happening that is not normal. And we can also see here that also here there's something not normal.
Okay, part expecting that Nasdaq will not crash to its previous low, but it will have a big correction. When nobody knows. I don't know if it's next week, 2 weeks later, next month, after 2 months. I have no idea. Nobody knows the future, and if I know the future, just the future was going to happen tomorrow, believe me, I can become a billionaire, not a millionaire, billionaire within maybe less than a year. Okay, maybe even less with the whole Bitcoin story. So, okay, so what is this video about? People focus on the big companies just like Tesla, Apple, Google, and always they have all of these arguments why these companies worth this much, and I think that they are deceived in some way. Anyway, we will go to companies in Nasdaq that got slaughtered, got crushed, but not a lot of people know about it, and that's why we can't we didn't see the effect on Nasdaq overall, because there are small caps. So Nasdaq index is not all companies have the same weight. It's related to the size of the company. So the biggest companies like Google, Apple, Tesla, Facebook, these companies, if they are doing well, even all others get crushed. You will not see a big effect. So we will see here that the high of Nasdaq is 14,095. All right. Okay, here almost here it says it reached all the way to 14,175, and our last reading, which was on Thursday, it was 13,480. So let's see how much did Nasdaq is below its size. So we have 14,175 minus 13. It closed at 13,404. So we have 77.1 divided by 14,175. So we got 5.4% below its high. Okay, that's fine. So Nasdaq is almost 5% below its high, so it should be nothing big deal. But let's take a look at some. Of course, there's a lot more, but I'm just gonna take this as an example because I'm aware that not a lot of people aware about the hyped stocks. So a lot of people just focusing on 1, 2 stocks, 3 stocks maybe, and just focusing on these. So probably they're not watching what's happening with other stocks. So let's check this first. SOS, the Bitcoin giant that will take over all the world, and like all of the hype that it got. Of course, I'm not saying here that how much is the company worth and is it good or bad. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about how they just hype, and then it just gets slaughtered. So here we can see that in January we were at $2. Okay, $1 actually in the beginning of January. And you will think like, who used to buy here? This is always ask yourself, who used to buy here? And then suddenly it got 2, so this is 100%. Okay, it didn't get high enough. Then to 3, then to 4. So we're talking about 200, like 4 times within a month. Not crazy enough? Didn't bring a lot of people attention? Okay, here you go. It got all the way to $13. Imagine, it got all the way to $13. What happened? So of course there's a lot of reasons to convince people to buy to pump it all the way to $13. Okay, so what happened? Nothing happened actually in the company. The company still exists. The same thing is happening. Actually, they start buying all of these mining machines to. So when you follow their news, actually they're improving. They're not getting worse. But what happened is they got all the way from 13 till 4. Then again, try to go all the way to 8, pull back, and then now it's at 4. So imagine you bought 11, 10, 12, 13, 9. You are at least 50-60% uh, in red. And this is the scary part. Okay, if you throw $1,000, but let's say somebody thought that this is his dream company, and he put $5,000-10,000 for an average person. I'm not talking about millionaires here. And then he finds out that he's now at $5,000. Even if he tries to average down, he's still investing more money, and the stock is just going falling more. This is not something nice. Okay, let's go to this. This is Adam's Pharmacist. Uh, okay, also this is the same thing. They were at 54 cents. It got to $1, then all the way to 179. Actually, pre-market, I remember it reached all the way to 250 or 270 or 230, I believe, and then it got crushed to $1. And they were talking about like how they have a medicine that it will get approved soon, and they're now studying another medicine called Temple that will help in curing COVID, and it will be the savior of humanity, whatever. So everybody was waiting till this Temple get approved by the FDA, and I remember it's almost here when Temple got approved. And what happened? Everybody thought it would go to $3-4. Even insiders started buying some stocks here. What happened? It got crushed to 93 cents. CCIV, I think most people know about it. So it start all the way to $10 in January, get all the way to 58. Of course, there are also arguments. This will compete with Tesla. Tesla is $600 billion company. This is just I think when it was here, it was 70 or 80. So this is nothing. It can go to 100. It can go to $100. You compare it to Tesla, this is nothing, and the same thing happened. Imagine you bought here 45, 48, 50p, and it got crushed. Gevo with the whole clean energy. Okay, this is probably not as worse as others, but still, if you bought here for $13-14, you are a good 30-40% in the red now. And if you got panic and you got scared and you sold here at $6, at $7, $8, you lost a lot more. So this is, and here we have also Hyliion. Of course, any person who's following electrical vehicles knows the story of Hyliion. So imagine from $10 to $50, and now again back to $10 with 1.8 billion, and who knows how low more it can get. And this is the scary part, that when you look at Nasdaq, we're just 5% low. We just got dropped 5% and look at these companies who got crushed, and they had all the reasons that they wanna reach the moon. And what is this? Oh, this is also same thing. I remember pre-market, this got, I don't know, 400-500%. So it was a crazy, and again from $18 till 11. So of course, yeah, this is like some people will lose half of the money that they're investing. So this is not a joke. Okay, so that's been said. I really believe that this is a very bad indication. I'm not saying here that the market will crash next week, whatever, but this is a really bad indication. And the only reason Nasdaq is not getting crushed because of the big companies like Apple, Tesla, and these are the ones who are holding the largest shares. There's still part 3 and part 4. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here because a lot of stuff to cover when it comes to the Federal Reserve printing money, its relationship with Nasdaq, the dollar, the 10 years yield. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope you guys find this video beneficial, and catch you later. Thank you.